even more than I expected. How do you feel when I'm just like, I'm looking at you, you know, you're looking at me, I have my phone with me. Do you feel as close as you would if I would put it away? Better, no? Technology is amazing. Using anything too much can be dangerous. Artificial intelligence is amazing. For the first time in history, we have non-organic beings that are smarter than us. That's intense. But I don't completely agree with that argument, because I don't think we can separate ourselves from them, because this, or whatever, your computer, is your third arm, right? I asked this last year, I'm going to ask the same thing. How many of you can live without a phone for a day? All right, I like that. A week? Telegram, WhatsApp groups, Insta, TikTok. How about a month? Come on. A month? Okay. No, generally no phones. You're just living, you know, going to school, spending time with your friends. Another question. Who spends most of their times during breaks with their phones? Okay, less. Who socializes more through their phones than physically? My sister is 12 years younger than me. She's almost 30. And she doesn't pick up my phone. She gets back to me with a message. She rathers to message than to speak. Who rathers message than speaking? The new generation is here. And again, this provides so many opportunities. I used to play basketball during breaks. In a way, it's great, but you're exposed to so much information. But you're also exposed to a lot of misinformation. People, when they talk about AI, they're talking about digitalization and technological revolution, but it's affecting every aspect of our lives. Look, I was an MUNer as well, and much respect to all of you, because there is true leadership here. When there is true leadership, there is no one leader. If there's one leader, there's no leadership. And I think, especially today, with rather than seeing things through hierarchy, we see things through network management. There's true leadership here. And we have so much to learn from you. People always talk about having great coaches and having great mentors and great teachers, and that's all true. But we also need you as reverse mentors. You know about technology much more than most of us, or than the older, because you're born into it. So it's a reciprocal relationship. And when, again, people talk about digital transformation, the digital transformation is a code word. It's a joker towards changing literally everything. That is why we need new strategic, new cultural, new organizational, new technological approaches and transform organizations completely, including the private sector, NGOs, academia, and whatnot. And this transformation is happening regardless of what we think. So we need to push for it to be sustainable. Technology is neither good or bad. It's an opportunity, or it's something that can be very, very dangerous. We are switching towards data colonies. Before we just had 1 or 2 news channels. Now you have many. But are you getting objective news, or are you getting feedback news? Things that you watch more, you see more. People you interact more with, you see. Everyone is becoming more and more polarized because everyone is seeing different channels within their algorithms. Because these social media networks, who is using social media? All right. Who is using at least, who is paying, who is paying for their AI products? ChatGPT, pay, like Harvard Business Review, and such. Who doesn't pay for all of this stuff? A majority. It's a true honor and pleasure to be amongst you, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm sorry to say that if you do not pay for a product, you are the product. It's all about data companies. These companies are sucking your data. They get to know you better and better, and with bots and what, we need good intentions, we need values, we need a sustainable transformation, which doesn't happen by itself. We need to invest in our talent, and I believe that you are not just the future. You are helping solve world problems. Also, it's just by talking to older people, by being present with everyone, by meeting new people that have strong values. So I want to talk a bit about AI, and I want to talk a bit about sustainability, as I think that it's all about the focus today for democracy, for whatever. It's all about sustainable technologies. It's all about a sustainable revolution. And we are becoming androids when you think about it. As I said, most of you cannot imagine being without their phone for over a week. I dare you, all those who said that they can be without their phones for a week, do it. Try it. And we'll see how long. Who is committing to this? Anyone? It's a commitment. 1 week. See how you might not be able to handle it, but try it, okay? Well, we're becoming androids. We're basically moving. Who is using ChatGPT? Or DeepSeek or whatever? One of you. Right now, ChatGPT or whatever are like ojas. They're like teachers, right? By text, they tell us immediately what we want to know. But ladies and gentlemen, pretty soon, image and actions are going to be added to it. Pretty soon, it's going to be through robots that are going to interact with us. And this is happening very fast, exponentially. All of you have seen Tesla's robot or other Japanese Japanese robots and whatnot. It's going to change everything. Right now we're interacting with a black screen. It's going to change quite quickly. AI capabilities are developing very, very quickly. Deepfakes, a year ago, compared to a year ago now, is so real. We don't know what is real and what is not. Well, I'm just curious, who is using Instagram the most? Okay, me too. Okay. Snap? TikTok? Okay. These algorithms are AI algorithms, and they know you better than anyone else. Actually, they are shaping you, and not necessarily in a good way. So we need to watch out, and we need to be clever about this. These AIs are becoming human-like, so that makes us and androids, because we not only interact with them, we sleep next to them. Who sleeps next to their phone? Who, when they wake up, look at their phone, the first thing you do. Okay, I dare you, ladies and gentlemen, I dare you to put your phone in another room when you go to sleep. Last hour, don't use technology. When I wake up, I walk with my dog, I drink my tea, I look at trees, and then afterwards I look at my phone and I deal with my emails better, which can be stressful like all of us. It's all about balance. It can be a blessing or a curse, and it's up to us. People are scared from AI. What's going to happen with AI? It's not about AI. It's about humans and how we feed AI, what we show it. Today, we are the parents, but pretty soon we're going to become co-parents. And once that happens and we reach a singularity where we're completely becoming androids, and, augmented reality, virtual reality, IoT, blockchain, 6G, smart cities, circular economies, it can become such a beautiful world. But we need to work hard and realize the challenges. And the biggest challenge, I think, is that we're not being a good example. Wars and polarization and countries only think about themselves, and it's a global economy. We need to be smart about this revolution. It should be sustainable. And these machines, they're becoming autonomous. Through machine learning, deep learning, they are teaching themselves. Or they're teaching themselves what we show them. So AI is not a problem. Humans are in the driver's seats right now. So humans are the most important variable right now, because we are currently in charge of this transformation of society. Everyone has here their own websites and profiles with their pictures. Who doesn't have a profile? Not even one, LinkedIn, whatever. Who doesn't have a profile? Who doesn't have a digital print? Well, keep it up. I'm really curious. Nada. One. Pretty soon we won't use websites, we won't use those kind of profiles. We're all going to have our own personal AI, our own digital twin. And when that happens, and not only people, organizations, schools, companies, countries, we're all going to have our own personal AI. And we need to be good, responsible parents as we go towards co-parenting. We need to manage these algorithms towards a better world rather towards just profit making. Of course, economic logic is important, but it should be done in a regulated and fair manner. And as I said, we're all continuously interacting with AI. All these algorithms are operating with AI. All these companies are not tech companies, Alphabet and whatnot, Microsoft, and Meta, or X. They're all data companies. And as we integrate with these personal AI assistants, we're moving towards the singularity. Again, I mentioned last year, and it's such an honor to be here again. 2045, they believe that AI is going to be stronger than the entire brain power of all of humanity. Billions of people. I'm talking about AGI, artificial general intelligence, super intelligence, feeding through machine learning. We're moving towards a Homo Deus, away from Homo sapiens. You think we're going to wait for our brains to grow within millions of years? No. There's a reptilian brain, an emotional brain, the neocortex, which differentiates us from other mammals and animals. And now the fourth level of our brain capacity is going to be technology. We're moving towards, and again, there's no them and us. We're becoming one. And this is irreversible and hard to foresee, which is why we need to focus on our values, which is why we need to listen to you, fine ladies and gentlemen, because you know about this much more than myself and others, because you were born into it. And I think this is super exciting. Who is worried about this? Who is excited about this? Those, what was that saying? Those who believe they can and those who believe they can't are both usually right. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You should be aware of the downside and accordingly, in a motivated, excited, and positive manner, build the future together with other leaders, without ego. Ego is not bad without excessive ego. So, what are the risks here? Talk about democracy, with these bots and whatnot, you know, during the election, there were Russian bots supporting one party or another. You don't know if a content was created by a human or a robot. You don't know if it's even true. Do you check when you watch something, the source? A reel, you're watching reels. Do you look at the source? Because there's no source. Do you believe everything you see? How do you know? How do you distinct between what you should know and what you think is true or not? We need to be vigilant. We need to be aware of this, and we need to act with regulation. What is real? What is not? Where it's coming from? Etc. If we are not careful about these algorithms, if the decision makers are not going to manage this well, we're going to find ourselves in digital dictatorships. And you know what's more scary? We won't even be aware of that. You know, back in the day, they could torture someone, God forbid, do whatever they want with them. But there was one thing they couldn't do. They couldn't read their minds. Now, they're not only reading our minds, they're shaping it without us being aware. Or they can't. We're becoming data colonies without being aware of it. Why am I mentioning this? We need to be aware of the risks so we take action. So we're inspired to create meaningful, purposeful, missions, purpose. You know, save the world, or make it a better place, or add a drop. If you add more than you take, I think you're in a good place. Now, this is a matter of existence, how you transform. Those are not going to transform. The biggest 500 companies in the world, SAP 500, only 15% of them are going to last until 2040. Talking about the biggest companies in the world. Turkish companies, they're like minutia next to that. We need new neural pathways, new ways to work together. Hot desking, not sitting every day at the same place. We need innovation management. We need an innovative culture. We need to realize that we need to work towards bionic operations. Is a human going to do this? It's not only white and blue collar. There's a silver collar now. They're robots, especially since the pandemic. Think about it. How more efficient are the drones and whatnot. But again, people are afraid of drones. It's not about the drones. It's about what you do with them. It's about how you code them. It's about you. So this is serious. It's a matter of existence. And it's a moving target. It's a never-ending journey. So as I said, in all these Alphabet again, all these technological companies, Tesla, they're not tech. I remember I was working in our company, I was saying, look, we should maybe partner up with one of this company. They're like, no, they're technology companies, it's a very separate culture. They are not technology companies, they are data companies. And that is why they're winning, and that is why they're much bigger than Shell and Coca-Cola and whatnot. We all need to move towards becoming a data organization, a data school. We all need to feed from data and learn from it and use it, put it in an algorithm. You know about this better than myself, or most of us. We need AI-driven business processes, dynamic platforms, seamless workflows, agile structures, hot desking, and real-time data analysis. Who is using Excel? Excel, Microsoft Excel. I am so sorry, my sincere apologies, but you are outdated. Outdated. I receive an Excel report on a Thursday, I read it on a Monday. It's not current anymore. It's all about dashboards and cockpits and real-time data analysis. It's all about time. It's all about speed. It's all about agility. So as I said, dashboards, cockpits. We need modular technology integration. We need a digital culture. We need digital leadership. We need you to lead the way together. Now, let me give you some examples of what a data company actually means. Renewable energy. Google started this solution in the United States. You just put your address or give your location. In an instant, it gives you a report whether they can install solar energy, how environmental it would be, how much money you would save in the long run. Another click, the next day they come and install these panels. UX, good user experience. Healthcare. Stanford created this, together with Apple, this application. You know, many people unfortunately die from heart attacks. They wanted to solve that. So what did they do? They create an application on the wearables, iWatch and whatnot. And it's always checking your pulse or whatnot. And whenever there's an outlier, data that is, not usual, the ambulance comes to your house. Your wife or your husband are being called. Amazing. Hospitals, doctors that weren't able to solve this, Apple and Stanford solved. Education. Today people buy master classes from Facebook and whatnot, regarding blockchains, micro-certifications and whatnot. Even education today is becoming data-based. Media. Back in the day we used to buy newspapers. Who buys newspapers? Really? You buy newspapers. I doubt it. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Who pays for their, again, media? Content today is all about, again, social media. Transit. Uber. Does Uber own any cars? Does Uber employ any drivers? It's a platform. It's all about platform-based, real data accumulating systems. So let me talk about the companies of the future who do have a transformational mindset. This is already talked about. You need a holistic approach. It's not just about technology. It's about focusing on the environment, about becoming more a lean organization, and focusing on new business models, and of course, integration of digital variables and systems. When you are an agile company, when you are fast, the health of the organization is almost 3 times better. Innovation almost 5 times better. Employee satisfaction, happiness, 2.7 times better. These bionic companies, these data companies, grow 3 times faster with the financial performance, which is almost doubled with better, and of course they spend more on research and development naturally. But there are problems. 61% of senior executives are worried about this integration. Why? Because they don't understand this generation. Oh my God. But it's a problem. It's an issue. That is why we need to focus on ESG, and that's my new focus. I've started a fund called Good Earth Vision, which is focused on sustainable technology. Company that makes investments towards ESG, towards the environment, towards social well-being, and towards better corporate governance. And this is the key driver of this concept, and we need to regulate the world accordingly. We need to focus on well-being, on value-driven approaches, on the environment, be conscious about this, and with neural networks, with AI, and responsible structures. We need to transform our culture. We need to upgrade our infrastructure. We need to optimize how we do stuff. We need to get rid of Excel and such. And the job market is also transforming. So much automation. They say that by 2030, 35% of jobs are going to be completely automated. Meaning there will be no jobs. And new jobs, meaning we need reskilling. Meaning that we need to revamp our education systems. Meaning that we need you to help us optimize this issue. And let me just give you a few examples. New titles of the future. Genetic Diversity Officer. Who would be interested in working with that title? Okay. How about Virtual Reality Immersion Counselor? Metaverse is coming. How about director of well-being? That's meaningful. Chief purpose planner? Human-machine teaming manager? Okay, it's popular. So many jobs are changing. And accordingly, we need to foster innovation and internalize the mission. Most people just accept what they're doing. Most people just associate with the people they're with. It's all about internalizing what you're doing. Innovation doesn't happen by itself. If you sit every day next to the same person at the same desk, it's not going to happen. If you're going to do end-to-end stuff, it is. It will be. And we need to be happy. Who's happy in life, generally? It's okay, it's difficult, right? Who prescribes as a happy person? It's all about happiness. You know why? Because with happiness, you become more productive. I'm not just saying good. That is so sad. Not just for them. For general productivity and the economy and the children and all the stakeholders and family. 54, we need to solve this. Because it makes economic sense. 50% lower turnover. Less people leaving, quitting, getting tired. 3 times higher revenue. If you make $10, now you make 30. So it makes sense to make a company, a happy company. It's not easy, but meaningful things are never easy. It's all about talent. Always they say that the greatest resources are humans. No. A lot of humans, a lot of people, few talent. We need to focus on talent. And companies that focus on the future, data companies, are 2 times better at talent attraction. 2 times better winning you over. This is critical. And people think it's all about the CEO. I don't know if you like Elon Musk or not, or Jessica from YouTube, whatever. Oh, great office, great compensation, but 80% of your motivation is completely impacted by your direct supervisor. And how do people usually choose supervisor managers? Let's say CEOs. Technical expertise and kadem. Excuse me? Experience, let's say. People have, you worked 40 years, and you are a good engineer, so you'll be a good manager. No, a good manager is a good coach. A good manager is a good mentor. A coach helps you find your way. A mentor shares their experiences with you. Again, so they're like throwing darts towards picking managers, and that is the problem. The skills of a manager are actually quite different, especially today. Seniority, that was the word I was looking for. Seniority. 80%. We need to redesign our work. The job content. Steve Jobs used to say a great thing. He was like, we don't hire people to tell them what to do. We hire people for them to tell us what to do. It should be more agile. How you build the workforce, what type of experience you give to your stakeholders and your workers, what type of organization are you setting up. So these are the stuff that I'm working on, and I'm trying to bring these best practices to with our team, of course. So it's all about end-to-end user experience. How do you feel? How do you work? What do you do? You need intelligent workflows. You need to design towards happiness. You need flexibility. Did I come to work at 7? Did I get out at 6? As if you don't look at your emails at night if you like your job. It's all about flexible time, flexible location. You can work maybe from a tent at the beach on occasion. Oh, especially after COVID, with so flexible hybrid systems, flexible job descriptions, open talent models, just outsource people. You know that a third, almost 40% of workers worldwide are freelancers. Usually you can't get the talent, it's too expensive, so you just, work with them from outside. It's all about an open talent economy. And they call themselves solo entrepreneurs, because they are the brand. It's all about becoming a meaningful brand. It's not easy to become a meaningful brand. Like Tom's. Who knows Tom's? Oh my God. Okay, so it's a shoe company, and whatever any pair you buy, they give the same pair to someone in need in Africa or in the Middle East or whatever. You need, and once you become a meaningful brand, you have better perception. The customers are coming to you more and more. You have repeated customers. You can price higher prices, and they become your brand ambassadors, like I just become with Tom. And maybe you look at it now, perhaps. And in order to do this, and the biggest problem that I see, especially with older people, sorry, I still feel young and I am young, but you know, resistance to change, a fixed mindset. We need to break past habits. We won't be able to shape a positive systematic transformation with past habits. It's all about the how. Usually people and managers focus on what. You get KPIs, goals, or like, you know, you want a good grade, whatever. So how am I going to get a good grade? How? This is wrong, this slide, I'm sorry. It should do Y in the center. My apologies. I just prepared this presentation with AI 2 days ago. So you know, you get your KPI, your goal, and then you sit with your team. How am I going to do it? What are we going to do? How are we going to do? What? How? How? What? But why are we doing this? We need to start with the why and then go to the what and how. We need to find purpose. We need to find our ikigai. Who knows what an ikigai is? Who knows what an ikigai is? You're afraid I'm going to approach it. An ikigai is a great Japanese model and concept that says you need to find 4 things at once. I know it's what the world needs, what you are good at, what you can get paid for, and what's the 4th? What you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. Combine all these, you find your way, you find your flow. Time flies. Time is subjective. Some of you are just looking at their phones and are bored. Some of you, hopefully, for some of you, the clock is going backwards. Sometimes it flies. How does it fly? When you find your flow, when you love the people you're with, when you love what you're doing, when you're in a good team, when you're a part of leadership, when you feel like you make a difference, when you grow, personal growth. It's all about personal growth and adding value. And yeah, that's the future of leadership. A bad leader is someone who is disliked. An average leader is someone who is liked. The best leader is that leader who is not really being seen, who is backstage, who orchestrate things in such a manner where all the stakeholders say, we did it ourselves. We need to embrace this concept because not any leader, a person cannot know all of this. It's a holistic approach, it's an integrated approach, which requires agility and true leadership. And lastly, for that, you need direction. You know, there's a nice saying by Aristotle saying that a boat, a sailboat that doesn't know its way, the wind cannot help a sailboat that doesn't know its way. You can have the best wind next to you, but if you don't know where you're going, you need to find your direction. And for that, I think MUM is great. You're so precious. Really, you mean the world to me. I wouldn't prefer being anywhere else and just seeing you. And it doesn't just give me hope for the future because you're already here and you're already making a change for the better. So I wish you all good luck. I wish you all good health. I wish you all happiness. And just remember, Whatever you see is your reflection. Those who believe and those who don't believe are both right, usually. Thank you.